Oh my god.
Now he's living like nothing happened, bitch. Ah, I hate him.
He's so annoying.
I hate him.
He's so annoying. That was bad though, man. That was bad.
But where's their personality? I'd be like, hey, this is the past. Do you have a problem with that?
Uche, unfortunately, Aaliyah's decided to not continue with the experiment.
Shame, 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 shame. Wow. Wow, guys. I did not expect that. Period. I'm so glad she left. What nonsense is this? So glad she got out. So glad.
Fucked off Kaylee. She's gone. I have no idea what she thinks I look like or if I'm necessarily in her type.
This is going to be a mess with Lydia.
Marie would be interested in a 24-year-old.
It's fine.
Okay.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you. We have a lot to talk about. Just be honest and say that you're trying to get back.
Guys, Love is Blind Season 5 is probably one of the most dramatic seasons of reality TV that I've watched. We've watched so many seasons of this show now, and just when you think they can't pull a twist, Uche and Lydia had a whole relationship, and he didn't even tell Aaliyah, but there wants to be sitting on that pedestal judging her for mistakes that she made in her past that she owned up to and was honest about when she didn't need to be. This is going to be an absolute shit show. Hey guys, it's Murali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again with another video. If you have not subscribed, click that button, guys, for daily and consistent content. Period. Injected. I'm coming to you from Dominican Republic. Just uploaded a picture on my gram of, you know, me being here enjoying. So please do go and like that. I would appreciate it on Instagram at Murad_Murali. And let's get into this mess of a season. I have just watched the 4 episodes of that are available currently right now. I don't mind doing episodic reviews of Love is Blind. I know that's what people might prefer, but I'd rather just get into it because whilst I'm reviewing episode 1, y'all have already watched episode 4. So I'd really just rather just get into it, give you guys the gist of everything that's going on, in my opinion of everything that's going on, and I want you guys to sound off in the comment box below, please, on what you guys think on this season of Love is Blind, because I think it is great. Them doing 2 seasons a year, to me, is a lot. I'd rather it happen just once a year because we're beginning to really pick out the villains, how it's going to go, the person that is the second option, and then they all get reunited, and then it gets messy. You're not really with the person that you initially marry with anyways. So we already are aware of the traditions of what is going to happen with this show once it leaves the marriage stages and they all end up reuniting together on some, you know, holiday resort. The way Uche is going to be this villain, he is striding and taking in that role, and I'm not mad. I think that Uche is a very good villain, reality TV gold. He is somebody who thinks that because he has a lot in his life that, you know, he doesn't need to sit there and be vulnerable. Rather, instead of being vulnerable, he's going to project his insecurities upon people, which is what he was doing to Aaliyah. I didn't like the fact that she took her time to be honest about situations that she did not need to be, that could have really ruined a potential marriage. And, you know, rather than him sitting there, you know, being empathetic to that and being appreciative and valuing that, his initial response was to really be on a pedestal and look down upon her in so many ways. Now, granted, what she did was wrong, but we are all human and we all do make mistakes as we get older in life. And I do think that Uche didn't like the way he spoke to her. It kind of irritated me and rubbed me the wrong way, and rubbed me even more when we were hoodwinked, and the fact that him and Lydia actually had a whole situation gone on. Whole situation, and she was ready to press it on him, but he didn't want to, therefore she left it. And her consoling Aaliyah but not really saying anything about it, to me just screams odd and fake and confusing. And I just think that, you know, Aaliyah saying that, you know, I love you both, we're all gonna go through this together. You didn't sign up for this to end up being in a relationship with somebody and then having a friend where there's a history. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to be in that. So I'm glad that she left the show. I was hoodwinked by that, and that she left. But obviously, as we see in the trailer, she reunites with him and something's going to happen. But I'm glad that in that moment she took herself out of that situation, because it is so incredibly toxic for you to be involved in that with what Uche put you through, and then Lydia put you through all these mind games for Aaliyah. She does not need to she doesn't need to be there. Like, this Lydia, Uche, Aaliyah is the main storyline for me. Probably for a lot of people, Uche was trending as well. And I think when you have that superior complex and ego and attitude, and you mask your insecurities, it does project and come off quite bad. I think he looks at things as black and white rather than colorful. And I think that he's very much, yes or no, being a lawyer in that mode. And that can be quite draining to see. But clearly he likes Aaliyah a lot, and he's on the phone saying that, listen, I want to be with you, XYZ. Izzy, I don't understand why everybody is so fantasized by this man, but clearly I believe he picked the wrong person. And as we can see, he does pick Stephanie, because Stephanie is very much a go-getter. This is what she wants. And I don't understand why he would pick her if she has never been vulnerable. You need to be vulnerable in some kind of capacity to kind of relate on that level. And I think if you don't show that in the earlier stages, it can be a red flag. Now, of course, the other girl who is a lawyer is very emotional about it. She hears Stephanie celebrating, doesn't really like it, doesn't know what to do. And evidently they then have conversations. Then you also see Izzy and Lydia having conversations as well, because Lydia was the first one to be rejected when they see each other outside of the pods. So I think in these last couple of seasons of Love Island, Love is Blind, which I honestly enjoy Love is Blind more, maybe because I'm getting older and I'm now fitting into this age demographic of what Love is Blind is, whereas Love Island is 19-year-olds asking about chats. I feel like this just seems a lot more interesting to me and a lot more appealing and engaging, to be honest with you. So I can't wait for Love is Blind UK. But I think that in these last couple of seasons, who you get married to is not your definitive partner for the rest of the season. That is interesting, but also it can become quite predictable. I do think that this is a good cast. I think that this twist with Lydia and Uche from a producer perspective is fantastic, because it gets us really reeled in and we're appealed by it. But Lydia being extremely emotionally unstable is also a red flag. I understand that she's very empathetic, sympathetic, she really wants love, but I think that the how she's quick to get so emotional in front of other men that she's on dates with, that can really put those men off her. I don't understand what she's doing with Milton. It doesn't make sense to me. Milton's mother or friend or sister, I believe in the trailer, was right. He is 24, she's in her 30s. It doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work. He's got a lot of his life to live as a man, so I just don't understand how that works or how that's going to work. And I felt like Lydia was picking him because she didn't have any second option. Just like that lawyer, she picked that second guy because she was rejected by Izzy. And when you are a second option, it stands and speaks volumes once you leave this whole pod situation and you go into it on the outside world. So we'll just see what takes place when it comes to these trailers, and when they meet the family and who's going to say yes or no, etc., when it comes to XYZ. But I think that this is a good cast of Love is Blind. I was thoroughly engaged in these first 4 episodes. I think there's a lot more to come that I am absolutely excited by. Season 4 was a mess. Season 4 was a mess, child. But season 5 is taking the cake with so much mess, because I feel like Lydia's going to be an absolute mess. Uche as well and Aaliyah is not going to work, but we'll see what happens anyways. And then you have the other couples where the cracks are surfacing, as we can see in the trailer, and people are going to have their issues. So let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this quick 8-minute review of Love is Blind episodes 1 to 4. Also, let me know if you prefer me to do episodic reviews when the next couple of episodes come out. I just rather put it into a batch, because I feel like we all binge watch Love is Blind. Ain't nobody watching just one episode. You want to watch 1, 2, 3, then 3 per day at max. You're hooked onto it if you have the time. So I don't think none of us really watch it one by one, but I think that them doing 2 seasons a year, this whole season seems to be very good. I feel like Lydia is just a mess. I feel like there's going to be arguments or stuff going left or right, and she clearly did not take up those breakups well in any way. I think that Izzy isn't all crapped up what he's meant to be. He's meant to be this whole, innocent person, but I feel like he's also a player, and he hasn't really got that edit. But we'll see what happens when he comes to these girls. Let's just keep that on note. And there are many other girls in this competition, but I just don't see them, unfortunately, and I would have loved to have seen them, because we see a lot of them in the pods or talking together anyways. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Lydia consoling Aaliyah, to me, is just, once Aaliyah said that Uche told her about them being in a relationship, and Lydia's like consoling, like it's just weird. This whole it's weird. It really puts a spanner in the works for the experiment and for what it is, and it just seems odd. I don't know what it is. And I'm glad that she just cut herself off. But it looks like we're going to get a next couple of great episodes. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Let me know your thoughts are when it comes to this, guys. Subscribe to the channel, click that button for daily and consistent content. I believe these episodes got released yesterday, so I'm somewhat on time. I am in the Dominican Republic. I am 5 hours behind the UK, so apologies for the lateness for the UK people watching. But anyways, subscribe, click that button. I would appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.